Hey guys, I'm really excited to try out the new Icebreaker Bone Conduction goggles. They're definitely a must-have on the mountain for this winter. I'm super pumped to get on the slopes this winter with these super sick goggles.
Bienvenue and welcome to 150 Days of Winter. Hello!
7 screws, 1 plate.
So I want to talk to you about a Kickstarter campaign, a sentence that fills most people with dread. Yes, that's right, a few months of self-isolation and I'm going full Thunderfoot. If you don't get the reference, Thunderfoot is a scientist who debunks certain snake oil selling crowdsourced campaigns on the internet. I highly recommend you check out his channel. Now, I hear you should never go full Thunderfoot, so think of this like Thunderfoot Light. In this case, I want to talk about the Icebreaker ski goggles that appeared on Kickstarter around August of 2019. What did they promise? The first ski goggles with bone-conducting headphones. Sounds sort of sci-fi, doesn't it? Actually, although the claim is correct, bone-conducting headphones aren't a new thing. If I go onto Amazon, you can see they are freely available and have been for years. Even the military has been using this technology for almost a decade. So let me tell you the story of their Kickstarter campaign. Back in August 2019, while perusing the internet, I came across this product. And although I already own a very nice pair of Oakley goggles, I thought it would be interesting to see what passes for new technology in the field of ski goggles. So, after watching their promotional video, I gave them €107 and sat back and waited for this groundbreaking piece of winter sports technology to arrive. It is currently the middle of May, and I have yet to receive my order yet. Now, if you look at the timeline, you can see that they've been designing this product for almost a year. If you even look at YouTube, you can see a very early promotional video, which is dated 2018. It came to my attention that in the process of the design, they actually went from using a superior spherical lens to a more basic and cheaper flat lens. Without going into too much detail, a spherical lens mimics the shape of the eye and provides less distortion. But back to the timeline, you can see the final prototype was finished in February 2019. It was tested in March, the frames were completed in April, and the Kickstarter campaign was launched in August, with production starting in September for November delivery. Plenty of time before ski resorts around the world open for the winter. Now, before I start talking about all their problems, it's worth noting that most ski resorts around the world are open from the middle of December to the middle of April. Only 5 months of snow, so any delays past November start cutting into what is a very short winter season. Anyway, back to the project. As I was waiting for my goggles to be made, I took a close look at their Kickstarter page. I noticed that there were, if I was being polite, several badly written pieces of copy about the goggles. These mainly involved using Oakley trademark terms. These included iridium lenses, that is Oakley's proprietary lens tint, and further down the page, O-matter, which is the material Oakley make their frames out of. Trying to be helpful, I pointed out these typos only to be told abruptly that the materials used were the same as Oakley. I'm sure Oakley would beg to differ. Anyway, back to the project. In September, we received an update saying that they had passed $200,000 with over 1,000 backers, and we would receive an extra lens. Now that the Kickstarter campaign is complete, it's time to start preparing for production. We will be sending out the backer survey in the next couple of weeks to begin arranging the delivery of your reward. We can't wait for you to wear your Icebreaker goggles this winter.
They're definitely a must-have on the mountain for this winter.
Oh, how wrong they were. So in November, instead of receiving information about the product shipping, we were told the goggle frames are currently in production, and don't the straps and logos look good? We're still waiting on the Icebreaker frames, some of the electronics, which should be ready in 4 weeks. The printed circuit board layout is ready, and we're just waiting for some software. Because of this, we will be a little late on delivery, but we should be on time for Christmas.
They're definitely a must-have on the mountain for this winter.
So this was sent on the first week of November. So even optimistically, they were looking at second week in December, making Christmas deliveries an almost impossibility. So what did we hear in December? Well, every day we're getting closer to being ready to ship the icebreakers. In fact, we're in the process of assembling the straps to the goggles as we speak, and the hard case is ready to go. However, we are still waiting for the Bluetooth module, which we just found out we will get from the software house in early January. We are pleased to let you know that your icebreaker is right on schedule to be shipped on January the 10th. We just got this video from the shipper to show us how the icebreaker will be packaged. However, it was pointed out that the way the woman was packing the goggles would result in scratches to the lenses, a wonderful marketing fail. They've promised us that shipping will only take 5 to 10 business days depending on where you live. Now 5 to 10 business days sounds very much like just over 1 week. In actuality, 10 business days is actually 2 weeks. That would put delivery at about the beginning of February. That's month 3 of the 5-month ski season.
They're definitely a must-have on the mountain for this winter.
So 1 week later, the icebreakers are being shipped as we speak. However, since our shippers are in China and it's almost the Chinese New Year, the expected shipping time is projected as 10 to 15 business days. That's 3 weeks. And so on January the 31st, we were informed that deliveries didn't actually go out at the start of January, and due to the coronavirus, everything was delayed, and that orders 1 to 233 will now be sent out by February the 15th. Remember, the over 1,000 orders that came in, the first 20% are going out. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported us so far. We are so grateful for your encouragement and patience. Well, it's obviously whoever wrote this didn't read the comments that were written down below. This has been the worst Kickstarter campaign of the 5 that I have done. Your original delivery date of pre-Christmas is laughable at best. If you continue like this, you'll be the last ski mask with Bone Conduction. Huge incompetence. I don't care if it is a new product. You painted the picture, not us. Thanks to everyone for letting us know about the audio problems we've had in some of our units. You'll be able to send your goggles back to us free of charge so we can take care of it. So after waiting 5 months, you can now return your product free of charge. How do they do this?
They're definitely a must-have on the mountain for this winter.
So in March, shipping update for second wave backers. We have some exciting updates for you, and we've been assured that the new updated batch of icebreakers will be sent out on March the 20th. That would be the end of month 4 of the 5-month ski season. And then in April, we get what can only be described as a slightly garbled message. This moment is certainly difficult for everyone, and the pandemic is affecting our private and working lives, maybe? Our China supplier finally operative, and therefore we had no way to proceed with molds modify. We also received the new correct spare parts to be replaced. It then goes on to list all the updates that they've done. Ready for delivery in a couple of weeks. We are still waiting for confirmation from Shenzhen Logistics to understand if all countries of destination are operational and how, when start the bulk delivery. Did you understand any of that? Because it sounds like somebody without a command of the English language just threw this at a translation program and just gave up. Now, rather like the one commentator who after each update would be the voice of reason and say, this delay in shipping is very common for Kickstarter campaigns. Personally, I disagree. I think this company insufficiently tested their prototypes, got overwhelmed by the response of the campaign, and were unable to fulfill demand in a reasonable timescale. Now, I can't blame them for the coronavirus, but that was just the shit-covered cherry on the layer cake of failure. However, I can blame them for the apparent bad management of their project and the constant broken promises of delivery. As for videos of people using them on YouTube, I couldn't find one. Well, no, I tell a lie. I found one.
Alright, so for those of you who have ordered these icebreaker goggles like myself, who were hoping for something awesome, ended up getting somewhat kind of a piece of junk.
he gives instructions of how to remove the garbage bone conducting headphones from the goggles. Hardly a glowing endorsement. Now, if I was being uber optimistic, I might say that my goggles will be available for winter 2021. However, if I was being cynical, given the progress of technology, I wouldn't put it past Bone Tech to post a version 2 on Kickstarter in August. I'm just saying. So if you have anything to add, hell, if you've actually received your goggles, please put it down in the comments below. Click the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.